Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your motivational speaker, trainer and head coach from Live, Love, Give. And today's message is all about, do you question it or do you just accept it? And sorry about if you're hearing too much construction in the background, there's some work going on behind me. But I wanted to get the beautiful mountains here in the picture. And yeah, so that's my question to you guys today. And the reason why I wanted to bring this particular message as to get you to sort of actually think about whether what you do in your life you're actually questioning or you're just fully accepting it. And the reason why this has been brought up for me today is partly because of my experience here in looking into religions, and like I was talking to you guys in yesterday's Facebook Live, but also today I just got back from the gym, and afterwards my friend took me to just like a juice bar, it's like a healthy fit protein bar or something, and literally everything on that menu it had just total crap in it. Like, it was full of sugar, it was like, all this processed stuff. And so many people would walk into a place like this, which is, it was all about clean eating and fit food and all of this sort of stuff, and they would just accept that, hey, anything on this menu is going to be awesome for me because it says it's healthy. And I literally found one thing on that menu, and I had to adjust it in order for it to be actually really good for me. And that was it, and that was the whole menu, and it was full of so much crap, so much sugar. And it got me thinking about how oblivious we are, and myself included. My past self didn't know. I had best intentions and I really wanted to be healthy, and I did what mainstream society says is healthy, and I trusted places that say they're all about health and clean eating and stuff without questioning it. And even health foods in our supermarket and things like these things that they are presented to us and marketed in a way that say that they are really healthy and great for us, but until we educate ourselves and we start questioning things and we start checking labels and we start understanding what different foods are, like what's processed, what's not, and all the sort of additives and all of this sort of stuff, until we actually start questioning things rather than just fully accepting some piece of marketing, we often are doing the wrong things with best intentions. So that's just one little simple, easy way when we talk about health and bringing it into the health sort of bandwagon there. But also another thing I noticed yesterday, I spoke to this beautiful young girl. She was only very, very young, and she was a sister at this Mormon place that I went to, Temple Square here in Utah. And asking her a few questions, and she just seemed like, the things that she was telling us were very like she'd rehearsed and she'd memorized different parts of the Book of Mormon, I think, and that's where her answers were coming from. It was just all these repeated sayings that was coming from no actual experience of her own. And that's okay, she's only young, and she's doing her best, and she's trying to educate based on what she's experienced and what she's learned, and that's great. But do we just accept things as they are presented to us, or do we become the questioner, and do we educate ourselves so that we can be fully informed rather than just buying these different messages that are marketed in such a way that we just buy into it? And ultimately we're trying to get the quick route to living a great life, but until we actually question things rather than just fully accept them without doing the work ourselves, we're often going down the wrong path. And I've met so many people who've gone down the wrong path and then finally educated themselves or had enough experience to actually question the path that they're on, whether it is a religion or even just a health path, whatever it is, or even a relationship. If you allow another person to determine the course of your relationship and determine the course and the depth of the connection without questioning it, and you're just accepting it, you may find yourself down the track, like I have before a few different times, where I actually didn't want to be down that path, but I didn't do the work to question what I was doing and actually determine what path was most right for me in health, in business, in relationships, and then I had to actually do the work in order to create fulfillment. And oftentimes it was when I was already far down the path, and I could have saved myself a lot of time and effort and energy, but at the end of the day, you know, we have to have our own experiences in order to determine what things mean to us. So I hope that this is you know, resonating with you guys, whether you are just accepting whatever that is in your life right now. Are you just accepting the religious path that you're on? Are you just accepting that you can go into a store that says they're healthy, or, you know, a label on a product in the supermarket that says it's organic and it says it's all healthy, or it's gluten-free or whatever, and you're thinking that that's doing the best for yourself, but you're actually not putting in the work to educate yourself on what real health is, or, you know, what the true path of your life is, or, you know, what you choose to believe in terms of your belief systems. You know, I want you to think about, where are you just accepting and you haven't actually put any question marks around, and you may currently be on the wrong path, either in any area of your life, like I'm saying, on your health, in your relationships, in your business or your career path, and maybe you've just fallen into these things, or even your religion. So that's what I really wanted to bring to you guys today, and just checking in with you. So make sure that you guys drop any questions, comments below, and I'm definitely going to hit you up. Alexandria, love always having you here, and Abina and Kane and Tim and Salem and or Salem, sorry, I always say your name wrong, I think, and Stephen, nice to have you back, and Rochester, yes, it's a beautiful view here. I'm here in Draper in Utah, and it's just I'm absolutely in love with the mountains here, although you probably can hear a construction in the background, but it's so beautiful and magical here. And Ramazan and Mick, you're back, and Judy, awesome to have you, and Mark and Leanne. And Alexandra, perfect timing. I can finally join you live. Yes, while I'm in the States. I've got another 2.5 weeks or something here, so I really hope you guys can catch me. I hope this time is working better for you. And Michael, awesome to have you. And Misty, yes, it is a beautiful background. I'm absolutely loving it. I reckon that the picture doesn't even do it justice. It's just magic. I love it here. And Josu, thank you for being here. And Obina, I love it. Thanks. And Melissa and HG, sorry I can't read your language there. And Kabsu, nice to have you. Manolo. No, I'm not. And Andrew and Nicholas and Gianni, awesome to have you. And Nathan and Frank and Mustafa and Daniel and Alexandra, yes, applies to many aspects of life. Check the labels on beliefs. Boom, I love that, Alexandria. Definitely, you know. Doesn't just have to be checking your labels on your food and determining what's healthy nutritionally, but also I love how you put that. I love that analogy of, you know, checking the labels of your beliefs, questioning the labels of your beliefs, and determining what's healthy for you, not only on the physical level, but also on the emotional, spiritual, mental levels as well. So I love that, Alexandria. And yes, and Moises, nice to have you. And Ashley, yes, Nicholas, epic view, I love it. And Chris, nice to have you. And Caroline and Joe, I'm so grateful that you're loving these messages. And yes, Chris, yes, it is, I know, just beautiful, beautiful. And Melanie and Ali, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you so much. And Claudia and Dorcas and Noel and Matt and Thomas, you're back. Lovely to have you. And Linda, love having you here. And Frank and Maggie and Robbie. Linda, where will you travel in the States? Do you have time to come to Virginia? We'd love to show you. Oh my gosh, Linda, I'd love to come. I have absolutely no idea where Virginia is in comparison to where Utah is. I'll look it up. But I think that I'm going to be here in Utah. I'll be in Houston and Vegas. But yeah, I would absolutely love to catch up with you, Linda, and that would be so amazing. So let me let me research and see where I am and all that crazy stuff. And Natalie, awesome to have you, and Thomas, awesome, and Jimmy and Frank. Yes, I am so lucky to be here. I'm absolutely really being grateful for it. And we're on the East Coast. Okay, I don't think I will, Linda, but I'm going to be back here again towards November. I think I'll be in Arizona and December, so I'm definitely going to make sure that I catch up with you guys. I really would love to see you, so let me think about it and see what I can do. And Tim, awesome to have you, and Abdul and Rochester, thank you so much, guys. It is awesome to have you here. And Adrian, awesome, thank you for joining me. That's really my message. It's all about getting you to question rather than just accept. You know, so many of us are walking through lives, in our relationships, in our health, in our businesses, our careers, everywhere, in our religions, and we are not questioning the path that we're on. We are just going with the flow. We are letting the external world determine the course that we are on. And I know for myself personally, because I think we all do that, it's that tribal mentality that, you know, we grow up and of course we trust our parents, we trust the people around us, and then we have to have our own experiences and determine what path to go on. But at some point we need to break free and we need to question what we've been accepting and determine what is right for us on all different levels. You know, not only the health aspect, but relationally, and also definitely, you know, our spiritual paths, our emotional paths, our, you know, what we're drawn to mentally, and you know, in terms of what we want to educate ourselves on as well. In every area, we need to become the questioner rather than just be the sheep who accepts everything and later on ends up down a totally unfulfilling path. And then you have to do all the hard work at some stage. You might as well do it now. You know, you might as well determine whether you're on the correct path for you as an individual right here, right now, rather than waste your time and energy going down on this path which ultimately, you know, you could have saved yourself time and created much more fulfillment and joy and experience of your life right here, right now. So that's really what I'm intending for you guys to, you know, have a sort of perspective shift, maybe get you questioning what are the different paths that you're currently accepting that you really need to start questioning, whether that questioning determines, yes, I'm confirmed, I am on the right path, or it's, no, okay, this is not for me, and I've been ignoring the fact that it's not, and now I'm intending to do the work to educate myself to get on the right path. So really hope that is working for you guys and helping you guys. And Linda, excellent. Be sure to come and see you in November. I will make sure that I plan my trip so I can come and see you guys. I'd absolutely love that. And Misty, will you be speaking in Houston? That's a 4-hour drive from me, worth the drive. Oh, Misty, I love that. I'm not at this stage going to be speaking. I've got some other sort of business arrangements going on there. But if you were going to be in Houston, I would absolutely love to get to meet you and connect. So definitely let me know if you're going to head down that way. And I'd love our paths to cross for sure. And Camelia, lovely to have you back. And Abdul and Shane and Patrice, too many people never challenge the belief they got from the environment. Good message to your tribe. Thank you so much, Patrice. And I'm really grateful that this is resonating for you. It is so true that so many of us, we're so scared of going against the grain because ultimately we don't want to be abandoned. We don't want love taken away from us. So at the end of the day, a lot of us, we end up selling out on our truth because we're so afraid of being alone. But what I've come to recognize is that it is so lonely being surrounded by people where you're not being who you really are. And there is so much beauty to be experienced when you finally step into a true alignment of who you are and what you want, or even just start that journey and go against the grain if you need to. because you attract the kind of people who love you for who you are rather than the person you're pretending to be, which deep down you know you're just in pretense, and it beats down on your self-belief, your worth, and everything beautiful about you. So the best present and gift that you can give to yourself and to the people around you is to get in alignment and discover who you are and start that courageous journey of aligning with it. So I'm so grateful that that's resonating with you, Patrice, and awesome to have you, Mark and Maria and Charlotte. How do you know if you're on the right path? So sometimes you don't know what the right path is until you get to journey down it. So for me personally, I started with knowing that I was on the wrong path. Even though I had absolutely no answers as to what the right path for me was, I just had to get certainty over knowing that I was on the wrong path, and I needed to do the work and make a transition and test some stuff out. And ultimately what's allowed me to discover that I'm on the right path, and I feel like because we are constantly evolving, growing, shifting, changing, that path is going to zigzag. You're not going to just get on the right path and then that's it for life. So I really believe in when you start having the courage to step off the wrong path and test something out, you start to trust your internal wisdom. And this is how it's worked for me. So I've started to listen more fully into myself rather than the voices in the external world. And when you start building that awareness of the self and that inner wisdom, more and more as you journey forward, you start really noticing it. So for me, over my experience and my journey, and I know it's going to get better and better and better, where I'm currently at now, I feel it physically when I'm on the wrong path, and I feel it pretty quickly. It no longer takes me years to go down this path and then realize I was on the wrong path. Now it's a matter of days. I've got it down to, and I feel it physically, how I'm operating on an energetic level, how I'm treating my body, how I'm nourishing it, or craving different things. It's ultimately this distraction thing. So you have to get really attuned to who you are, and the way that you do that is to first get off the wrong path, identify what the wrong path is to you, test some things out, and you have to have a little ounce of courage to just believe in yourself, to take that first step forward. And when you start generating that courage and you take those little steps, those little consistent steps, and you check in with yourself, you start generating more and more self-belief and trust within yourself. And ultimately it is internal to know whether you are on the right path or not. So I really hope, Charlotte, that the way that I explained that was useful for you. If you would like any personal guidance on that, definitely make sure that you book in one of my free 15-minute power sessions. I'd love to get to meet you and connect with you and help guide you personally. But yeah, really hope that was helpful for you guys. And Chris, beware, others might, just clicked on something. Others might not understand your path, but that's why it's yours. Definitely, Chris. And wow, have I been on that journey so much. And when I first took this, I knew what the wrong path was for me, and I quit that. I was hit with tremendous backlash from my family and all my friends. I lost all of my friends, and I had to start all over again pretty much from scratch. But the thing is that when you get that certainty within you that this is the wrong path, or you get the certainty that this is the right path, it actually doesn't matter anymore, because you're listening into the truth of who you are, and you're listening to the inner voice. You're allowing your inner voice to drown out the voices in the external world, which when you're so focused on the external and what other people's opinions are, it doesn't give you enough time and energy to be able to tap into your truth. So you just become this wishy-washy kind of person who is just so swayed by the opinions and rejections and criticisms of all those people in our external world who cannot know our correct path better than we can in our internal wisdom. So the greatest gift, like I said, you can give to yourself is to start to attune to and listen to yourself, and that's how you generate higher levels of self-belief and get on the right path. So I love that you've had that experience, Chris. And I love your courage to just walk your path despite the criticisms in the external world. Awesome. And Miriam, you're so welcome. And Fazia and Kirill and Nathan and Kiani and May and Martin and Kelly, awesome to have you. And Wes, Good morning to you. Love that you're feeling motivated. And Graham and Linda, awesome to have you guys. And Robert and Jason, so nice to have you guys. And Colin and Martin, I'm grateful that this is resonating with you. And Michael and Andreas and George and Lily and Vicky and Charlotte, very helpful. Already booked in. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Can't wait to meet you. And Jamie and Chris, awesome. You want to do that. Awesome. So guys, that is my message. If you have any last questions or comments, definitely drop them below right now and I will address them for you. But yeah, I'm just wanting to bring that message to you in the hope that it gets you thinking, hey, where am I just kind of blindly accepting things in my life right now? Where could I become the questioner and empower myself to a life filled with fulfillment? And I could do it right here, right now, rather than years down the track, realize I'm on the wrong path, and do the work to educate yourself in whatever area that is that you recognize that you're just not on the right path, or you're not getting the results that you want, whether that's in your health, your relationships, your business, your career, your finances, wherever it is in your life where you're not getting the results. Maybe it's time to start questioning the path that you're on. And like I said, even your religious path, your spiritual path, wherever you are, become the questioner. That is how you empower yourself, and you can guide yourself through your internal wisdom to a life filled with fulfillment that only you know what that is for you on a subjective level. So really hope that helps, and thank you so much, Chris. Grateful that this resonated, and you're so welcome. And that's it from me today, guys, from the beautiful mountains here in Utah. I'm loving it. It's a really beautiful, sunny, warm day today, and I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, and all my energy and empowerment to really become the questioner rather than just accept all those different paths that you're on in your life right now. Become the questioner, empower yourself, and ultimately get towards a level of fulfillment and a life filled with fulfillment sooner rather than later. Really hope that this inspires you. For all of you guys who've just joined me right now, Edward and Julie and Ryan and Marco, I hope that you guys catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Much love to you.